All right, we're back with step 3 in our series of how to put together a WordPress site from the very, very beginning. And hopefully now you have your Kadence theme installed and you've set up your settings and your permalinks, and you've taken a look inside the Kadence Design library to get a feel for what's available in there and how you're going to build your site. So the next thing that I had asked you to do was to think about your niche and what do you need to have on the homepage of your site that will enhance your niche and give your viewers what it is they're looking for. So as a sample site, I've decided to do a mom blog site, and because they're super popular on the internet right now, and they need a certain setup. So we're going to talk about what needs to be on the front page. Now, there are certain things that every site should have on their front page, and they should have, the header up here with a logo and an easy to follow menu, maybe some social media links, whatever. And then you should have a hero area that illustrates what your site is about. What are your readers going to find here? Are they going to find what they're searching for? And then after that, I made a simple drawing that I'm going to show you next. And this will show you the things that I feel I need on my mom blog. So I'm going to have my header, my hero image. I'm going to have under that categories because I want to have some specific categories that really focus my niche on certain things. So, because this type of niche can be really huge and have so many moving parts to it, that I'm going to have a category for food that kids like, and activities for kids, exercise for kids, and then I'm going to have a category for self-care for moms. And then I'm also going to have a small about me section that will just give, a few lines of who I am and what I'm trying to accomplish with my site, and maybe, how I can help you. And then I'm going to have an email opt-in. So I'm going to have a picture of a workbook that I made, and I'm going to ask for people's email and give them a call to action. And then I'm going to have a section that has my featured posts, and then we'll have the footer of the site. So let's start off with this header area. And when you're on your home page, you can go to customize right there. Or if you're in the back end of the site in the admin area, you can go to appearance, customize. All right, and we're going to start off with the header. And if you hover over it, you're going to get these little editing little pencils. So the first thing I want to edit is my logo. Now, since I did my little drawing and I know what it is I'm going to show on my homepage, I gathered together the images that I'm going to use in those different sections. So I went into Canva and I grabbed some images. You can do the same thing, or you can take your own photos or whatever you want to do. Um, I recommend using Canva or stock photos in the beginning, and just use them as placeholders so you can start to lay out your site, and you'll know what images you need to take, you need photos of. So starting with the logo, I went into Canva and I made a simple little logo. So I have all of my pictures right here in a folder. They're all ready for me to use. So that way I don't have to go looking for them. So when you click on select logo, you can see that I just dragged them all in here. So here's my images that I'm going to use. And here's my logo. So I'm not going to crop. And here it is, right here. It shows up right there. It's clickable. It will always take you to the home page. And you can see that my title of my site is still showing up right here. So I'm going to click on logo layout and click just logo. So it gets rid of that title. You can do the same if it looks good with your logo and with your title next to it, with the tagline, that's fine. I'm just going to use the logo, but I do want to change my site title to be what my site is about, because when Google searches sites, they're going to be looking for that. So when you come up in search, you want that to be the correct title of your site. And then the tagline, just another WordPress site, you're going to want to also add a tagline. I'm going to say it's parenting tips. Okay, so that's all set. Our menu is all set for now. I don't like these big banner headlines that Kadence puts on your site. So I'm going to go back out here to post and page layout. And I'm going to click on page layout. And I'm going to click off show page title. And I'm going to just click that off. Okay, so that looks better already. So now I'm going to click publish. All right, and I can get out of here. All right, and there's the beginning of my site. So now I'm going to go into edit home page. You know what, I'm going to do it from here because that's not going to be updated. Leave that. Okay, so I'm going to edit page, and like I had on my little drawing, I have my hero image with a headline and a call to action. I'm going to change that hero image to be this one that I already chose and saved into my media library. And this is showing a woman with a child, and she's on a computer, she's blogging. So it illustrates what my blog is about. And of course, I'm going to change the headline and this descriptive text. And if you can't think of anything good to put here, then use ChatGPT or one of the other AI tools and just ask it what would be a good heading for a mom blog that talks about X, Y, and Z, and see what you can come up with. Okay, so I'm going to update this so I don't lose anything. Okay, and then the next section I had was a category section. So I'm going to go up in my design library and see, this is kind of what I want, but it needs Kadence Blocks Pro. So I'm going to go into mine and go to, I have a featured post here. I can use that one. I think I'll use that. Okay, so that came up on my screen. It populated on my screen. I already have a self-care one. I'm probably going to make this the food one instead. So if you click on it, and what this is a background image in there. So you have to get on the section and then come over here to style, and there's that background image. And I'm going to get rid of that image, and I'm going to select a new one, and I'm going to make that the food section. So I'm going to change this to meals that kids like. Okay, and the next one, again, this is a spacer. You can see that's making this block the right height. You want to click down and get on the section, and then click style, and I'm going to put in the activities one, kids activities. Okay, and the next one will be exercise. Get rid of that. Grab my exercise image. I'm going to call it exercise for kids. And then this last one is going to be my self-care one. So I think I'm going to just go back and use that image of the woman doing yoga and change this to self-care. Okay, so that's all set. We can update that. You can take a look at it as you're working. And here we go. Here's the start of your site. All right, go back to edit the page. Okay. The next thing that I wanted was an About Me section. And I'll go back up to my design library and let's look through Kadence. All I want is a little picture with some text next to it. I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to change this image to this image that I also found on Canva. And I felt like maybe you wouldn't want your own picture or your children's pictures on a site like this. So you could go to Canva or Midjourney or another AI tool and get an image or a stock image, whatever. And then over here, you'll change this to About Me. You may not need an overline, so you can just get rid of that. And then you can put a little bit of, about you and your experience. And you can say, you're a mom of 4 kids or whatever, and here's how you keep them busy and you have tips to share, etc. All right, so we'll update that. Okay, and the next one was going to be to an email opt-in, and I have a workbook that I want to share with people, and also I'll use it to get their email addresses so I can start my email list. So I have an email opt-in here with a workbook image already on it. So I will grab my workbook image, which is right here. And you just change this to get my free workbook. And they can put in their name and their email, and you're going to link this to your email. Okay, so update that. All right, and the next thing was featured posts. And you want to give them an idea of what posts they're going to find on your site, what kind of information are they going to find. And I'm going to choose this one. Okay, and these are going to be featured posts. You can put any headline that you want. And then each one of these is going to link to a category. So you're going to have to go in and change these categories. Mine are going to be, well, you can't really change them until you actually have categories on your site. So this is just going to be a placeholder for now. We're going to change these categories as we go. And then we're going to be linking them to the specific categories. So, and since this block is bigger, I'll probably do the most important category on my site, which will probably be the kids' activities. So let me see if I can. And you may want to put a specific activity here that's really popular and that will keep people on your site. So it could be, an art project or a craft or whatever. And you're going to go through each one and put a link to your different categories. Okay, so now when I update this, oops, and view the page, now we have to kind of play with, spacing and that kind of stuff. But here we go. We have pretty much everything we need to get our mom blog started. So why don't you go ahead, make your drawing, figure out what blocks you need, and then come on back for my next post, which will be talking about how to style these and get your color and your branding on this page.